Hey, this is Dan from mangaoriginals.co.uk. Today we'll take a look at issue 2 of Weekly Young Jump from 1980, which would have actually been published at the end of December 1979. And here we see Mac Bear. He's the mascot character for Young Jump. You'll see him on quite a lot of their issue covers. And today we're going to look at Magnum, which is this amazing short manga written by Kazuya Kudo, who wrote My the Psychic Girl, and it's illustrated by Kimura Tomoo. It features this FBI detective Herman and his daughter Laura, and he becomes a hitman. Basically, is the gist of the story. It's set here in Manhattan, New York. I'm not sure if that's really what Manhattan looks like, but Herman's daughter's quite angry at him because he's not been eating properly and he refuses to go see a doctor. But lucky break, Herman's saved by a knock on the door from his friend from the FBI. But as you can see, Herman's hunched over. He's got something really wrong with him. We later find out that he's actually dying from some sort of disease. So the basic gist of this manga is he becomes a hitman so that his daughter's got some money. Just beautiful shots here with his reflection in the mirror on the New York streets. But you can see quite often he's clutching himself in pain. Here they see a barrel pointed at the car, which actually has the director of the FBI inside. So I think they're there to foil an assassination attempt. But the attempt doesn't work because the bullets just deflect. It's a armored car. I really like here how Herman just says "go" to his buddy. I actually read most of this just using Google Lens, so I didn't get a very good translation. But here they go. They take down the perp. The assassination attempt's foiled, but then Herman's hunched over in pain again. So then we find out that this mafia boss Carlo has put out this hit against Sharp Lee, the boss of the FBI, and he's offering $1 million reward. So Magnum at the end decides he's got to get that $1 million so that his daughter is sorted for life. So here we are on Act 2 of the story now. Herman's driving Laura around the city, looking for a place that she can stay while he does this crazy job. And if we look closely, you can see there's different types of paper stuck over to give a different texture to the inks, and these beautiful little panels as well where he's, begging someone to take her in. I really love the effects of reflections of streetlights on the windscreen here. Great shading and stuff on the characters too. Brilliant use of screen tones. Just, I can't begin to imagine how much work goes into each of these pages. Here's something that Tamoo's really good at is just these sort of scenic shots to set the mood. I mean, that's just fantastic, isn't it? With the breeze blowing through the window, the door cracks open, and Laura, she can't sleep. She's worried about her dad, so she wants to go and sleep in his bed, just like all kids do at some point in their life. These purple stamp that you see in the bottom right of of the page as well is like a manuscript stamp to say that Young Jump has received it. Here we've got a great double page spread of Herman approaching the beefsteak restaurant where all the gangsters seem to hang out. So he approaches this guy and he says, "I want to speak to your boss, Carlo." He's like, "Carlo will never speak to an FBI detective." And he says, "Yeah, but this detective wants to become an assassin." So in the final panels, we see just the sort of shock on this gangster's face. So he leads him into this massive room where Carlo's just bench pressing. He's got a pet leopard tied up for some reason. There's Herman and the gangster. I don't think I've ever seen any other mangas with a character called Herman. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, put it in the comments. So here he's talking to Carlo, and Carlo's saying, "Okay, you've got the job, but if you mess up, we're going to kill your daughter." So we've got this crazy shot of just Laura being blasted, and sort of the shock on Magnum's face as well. And again, there's the use of these strange textured paper. Uh, Obviously you can't see this in the magazine. You can't see the way that bits of paper have been slapped onto the background. It all comes out looking very nice and neat on the actual finished mag. But yeah, I really like this other page as well, where we don't really get to see Carlo properly, and there's this armor-piercing bullets that he's given to Magnum to use against the FBI director's car, and I love this reflection of Magnum walking away reflected in the bullet, and Carlo is saying good luck. So here we are on another issue of Young Jump. So this is Act 3 of Magnum. This is a flashback scene where Magnum is testing out these armor-piercing bullets by shooting through however many fridges are there. What have we got? 8 fridges. So they're pretty powerful bullets. They should be able to pierce the FBI director's truck. And here's the original page. Again, Tomoo at the top right, he's used this different sort of textured paper to get a different effect on the background. And it's a really good use of just ink splats and paint splats going across the double page spread. There's quite a lot of really impressive double page spreads. And you can see as well just the way that some of these things are chopped up and pieced together. Sadly, the sellotape hasn't held up over the past 40 years, so it's falling apart a little bit. Here's the next page of Act 3. So that's how it appeared in the magazine. And then sometimes you get layers of tracing paper that have different elements. So we've got one layer that has the logo on it, and the layer underneath has the actual printed text, which would be the overlay for that page. I'm guessing these aren't sort of scanned in. They might just work as a guide for someone at the publisher who's putting the magazine together. But again, this is just another incredible double page spread with Magnum sort of looking down over the area. This is the flashback fading into the current events. So Magnum's sidekick, I don't think he actually gets named in this series. He's just baseball cap kid. Yeah, again, there's that use of interesting textured paper for the shot of Magnum on the top left. Just absolutely stunning work. Here's possibly one of my favourite things in my entire collection of artwork. This double page spread where he's finally, he's taken the shot, and has he killed Sharp Lee in this shot? We can't quite tell yet. But if we look at the original, actually he didn't use different types of paper for this shot. It's all one drawing and it's really intricate. It'd be much easier to cut out the sound effects and stick them onto the page later on, but this is all drawn by hand. It's stunning. I've no idea how long something like that would take. Tomoo just really is such a talented artist, and this 3-chapter story is just a really good showcase to show just how talented he is. He actually went on to win an award for this in 1981 for the best seinen series of Young Jump. Here we can see that he's taken the shot, but he's failed. Suddenly gunshots come from the car and blast Herman to bits. He's just filled full of holes. It's really incredible use of just paint splatters, ink splatters. I think he probably had fun creating this page. Just, he's absolutely shot to bits here. And he's still standing somehow, and he's getting ready to take that other shot. And you see the trucker poking his head out the side of the truck in shock as well. And he's thinking like, oh, my daughter's going to die. I didn't do it. She's dead. Laura, he's just thinking. And here's baseball cap kid. He's got to finish the job now. He can see that Magnum, his partner's taken down, and blam, there he does it. Puts a hole right in Sharp Lee's head, and Magnum can fade away and die with a smile on his face, knowing that his daughter's going to be safe and have enough money to sort her out for life. So here we are at the end of the story. We've got this beautiful double page spread with just gorgeous mountain range, the cars driving through, a splat of a tear on a locket that Laura has with a photo of her dad inside. Let's have a look at the original as well. There's not really a different... This is all ink as well. There's not different textured papers being used or anything here. There's a few screen tones, but it's mostly just ink work from the artist. I'm not sure if he would have had assistants at this point, because this is right at the start of his career. So then the final shot, here is Herman just watching over his daughter, who's now going to an orphanage to live with a nun and a load of other kids. She looks pretty happy. So that's it. That was a 3-issue in Young Jump. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.